Hey, happy Friday, everyone. We are going to be telling scary generator stories. Nah, I know, I'm stupid. But I guess you don't need to see this sexy face. Anyhow, I am making a short little video for homeowners that have bought a generator, that are buying a generator, how to correctly check your oil level and add oil. When you buy a generator, say on Amazon or wherever, and it has to be shipped to you, they do not put oil in there. You'll see residue because if they're doing their job, they're supposed to test the generator before it gets shipped out. And so, great. So if there's not any oil, then obviously they never tested it. Or they tried to, and it was a new guy that doesn't know anything, and he tried to test it, and he probably, tried to start the engine without oil excessively, which is going to drastically lower the lifespan of the engine because it's creating friction and heat on the parts that need oil to keep it lubricated. But anyways, okay, so there is for the little portable generators, and when I mean portable, that means when I say portable, there can be two things when someone says, I need a portable generator. That could mean that they need a rental generator that is portable, that can be towed to their business, whatever. Most of the time they put rental. I need a rental generator. But anyhow, I'm not talking about the towable ones. I'm talking about the small little ones. The ones basically from 1,000 watts all the way to 9,000 watts. Okay? And so this is the thing. A majority of the generators, unless you have like a bigger Honda unit, like a Briggs & Stratton with a Honda engine, or a Briggs, or like a Northern Tools generator with a Honda engine. But so one situation is going to be that your little generator, towards the bottom of the engine block. So like, I really want to make this so that it is completely clear. When I say it's on either side of the bottom of the engine block, that means that I have installed a no mess oil catch can. So anyways, you basically have, where to check your oil level. You're gonna, when you locate where you can add oil, that's what I'm talking about, where you would add oil. It's gonna be like a yellow cap, and if you have a new generator, 95% of the time, they have like a little like informational like laminated thing which is where the fuel is. So you have a cap, you undo the cap, right? And there's not anything like a little like there's not a a centerpiece on that cap that you remove. The dipstick, there's not a thing that can show you where the level is, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. If you have just a circular cap and you twist it off and you pull it off and you look at it and there's just nothing in the middle, it's just a cap, then when you are filling the generator up with oil, or you are adding oil at work, whatever, food truck, whatever, or you're at, Cape Coral and you're running your generators, make sure you turn them off every, I would personally recommend every like 12 to 16 hours of running, I would turn off, let it cool down, give it a little rest, and then let it kick back on. Then there is the dipstick type twist off cap. So, you'll have the oil fill cap location, you take it off, and you're gonna be like, oh, here's like a long, like, whatever you call it. And when it is like that, you want to wipe the cap off where the dipstick is, where that long, centerpiece on the cap is, that would, when you pull the cap out or off or whatever, you can see what kind of bolt or nut it is. But for those types, I'm sorry, I totally got ahead of myself. So for the first one where there is no dipstick, it's just the cap, right? You want the generator level, and you want to add oil until it touches the threads of where you unhooked, untwisted / loosened the oil block vent or whatever the hell it is. But you can recycle that. I'm like thinking to myself about something else. I'm sorry, guys. Anyhow, when you have the cap with nothing in the middle, no level of oil indicator, yada, 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 you want to fill up the oil level on a level surface, as level as you can get, to the bottom threads, basically. So you don't want it to the top. You definitely don't want to tilt the generator to add more oil, which is apparently very popular. I'll show up to a house, they'll be like, oh, I added oil and it's not working. I take that cap off of the oil, bam! Friggin' works like a charm. So keep that in mind. With the dipstick, though, with the measuring
In a quarter mile,
centerpiece,
turn right onto Bellagio.
You don't want to, so you fill up the oil until you kind of see it hit the threads, basically, and you put the battery piece, you put the dipstick cap, you just push it in, you don't start twisting it, you put it right onto the threads, and then you do your calculations. So keep that in mind. You do not ever tilt it. You don't tilt the generator. You know, you can have like such a small amount of oil and it'll work.